In the spiritual awakening journey, silence speaks louder than words. Imagine breaking through layers of emotional illusion, where every breath becomes a rebellion against the mundane. The moment of spiritual transformation arrives unannounced, a sudden rupture in consciousness. You're swimming in an ocean of collective numbness, and then, suddenly, you emerge, gasping, aware, consciousness rising like a phoenix from the ashes of your previous understanding. This isn't just a change. This is inner transformation. The universe whispers secrets that were always there, hidden beneath the noise of everyday existence. Shadow work begins, a profound excavation of the self, where every buried emotion surfaces like ancient artifacts waiting to be understood. Your perception shifts. Reality becomes fluid. The dark night of the soul isn't a destination, it's a passageway. Each step feels like walking through invisible fire, burning away everything that no longer serves your sole purpose. Isolation becomes your companion. While others continue their synchronized dance of routine, you stand apart, observing, feeling, understanding, at a frequency most cannot comprehend. Spiritual struggles carve deep valleys in your consciousness, creating landscapes of unprecedented depth. The awakening process doesn't ask for your permission. It demands your surrender. The mirror law reveals our most profound spiritual struggles. Every person who triggers you is a reflection of an unhealed part of yourself, a fragment of shadow work waiting to be understood. Imagine walking through life wearing invisible masks, prejudices, unacknowledged fears, suppressed emotions. They aren't eliminated, but hibernate in the unconscious, waiting to emerge during the dark night of the soul. The spiritual awakening journey becomes a ruthless excavation of these hidden landscapes. Consider the businessman who despises vulnerability, yet unconsciously projects his own fear of weakness onto others. Or the activist fighting external oppression while remaining blind to inner tyrannies. These are not failures, but consciousness rising, manifestations of emotional challenges demanding recognition. Trauma symptoms don't simply disappear, they transform. They whisper through unexpected reactions, unexplained anxieties, repetitive relationship patterns. Each trigger is an invitation to inner transformation, a chance to heal what has been long ignored. The awakening process strips away comfortable illusions, taboos, unspoken societal constraints, internalized judgments, all begin to crumble. You're not just changing, you're being dismantled and reconstructed at the soul's deepest levels. In this spiritual pain, there is profound liberation. The shadows are not your enemy. They are forgotten parts of yourself, waiting to be integrated, understood, loved. The spiritual awakening journey descends like a thick fog, dismantling every carefully constructed belief system. Consciousness rising becomes a violent unlearning, where everything you thought you knew crumbles like ancient ruins. This existential crisis is not a breakdown, but a profound recalibration. The mind wrestles with spiritual struggles, desperately clinging to familiar narratives, while simultaneously being pulled into an unknown landscape of understanding. Your previous reality, once solid and predictable, now feels like a fragile illusion, transparent and ephemeral. In this dark night of the soul, uncertainty becomes your only companion. Emotional challenges emerge as seismic shifts within your inner world, challenging every preconceived notion of self and existence. The awakening process demands total surrender, a radical acceptance that knowledge is fluid, that truth is not a fixed point, but a living, breathing entity that constantly transforms. You are being rewritten from the inside out, your consciousness expanding beyond the limited constructs that once defined your entire universe. Loneliness becomes your most intimate teacher during spiritual transformation. Relationships that once felt comfortable now seem superficial, like conversations happening through a thick glass wall. The energy shift within you creates an unbridgeable distance between your evolving consciousness and the collective's slumbering awareness. This isolation is not punishment, but a sacred cocoon of self-awareness, a necessary solitude where your true self is being meticulously reconstructed. The world continues its rhythmic dance of mundane existence while you stand slightly apart, observing, feeling, understanding at a frequency most cannot comprehend. This spiritual pain of separation is actually an invitation to deeper connection. You're not losing your place in the world. You're discovering a more profound belonging that transcends social constructs and superficial connections. Your sole purpose emerges not from fitting in, but from courageously standing alone in your authentic truth. Spiritual awakening manifests as a full-body rebellion. Your physical vessel becomes a landscape of transformation, where energy shifts create seismic tremors through muscle and bone. Headaches pierce like ancient memories trying to break free. Fatigue weighs like the accumulated karma of lifetimes. These are not mere symptoms, but consciousness rising, a visceral release of stored trauma, each ache a whispered story of healing. Emotional waves crash without warning. Grief rises from depths you didn't know existed, washing away the carefully constructed walls of emotional protection. Spiritual struggles emerge as raw, unfiltered feeling, sadness that feels primordial, pain that transcends individual experience. Your body becomes a conduit for universal energy, processing not just personal wounds, but collective suffering. Viktor Frankl understood what awakening truly means, finding meaning in the most profound suffering. The dark night of the soul strips away every comfortable narrative, leaving you suspended in a void of questioning. Who are you beyond societal roles, beyond accumulated achievements? Consciousness rising demands you confront the most terrifying question: what is my sole purpose? This is not destruction, but radical reconstruction. Each moment of doubt becomes an invitation, a sacred space where inner transformation takes root. The existential crisis is not a breakdown, but a breakthrough. You are being rewritten from the inside out, your essence distilled to its purest form. Spiritual pain often speaks the language of unworthiness. Childhood wounds, societal conditioning, unspoken expectations, they rise like specters, challenging your fundamental belief in your own value. But this struggle is not a weakness. It is the crucible of self-awareness, where you learn to love the parts of yourself society taught you to reject. Each moment of self-doubt is an opportunity for profound emotional healing. You are unlearning toxic narratives, dismantling internalized judgments. The awakening journey is not about becoming perfect, but about becoming whole. Worthiness is not earned. It is recognized, embraced, celebrated. The spiritual awakening journey is not a path of perfection, but a profound alchemy of transformation. What once appeared as spiritual struggles reveal themselves as sacred invitations, each moment of darkness a chrysalis of consciousness rising. The pain you've endured is not a punishment, but a powerful metamorphosis. Like a diamond formed under immense pressure, your sole purpose emerges from the most challenging experiences, transmuting emotional challenges into wisdom that radiates from the deepest parts of your being. In the landscape of inner transformation, there are no true failures, only lessons waiting to be understood. The dark night of the soul is not an ending, but a beginning. Every trigger, every moment of isolation, every existential crisis becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your awakening. You are not broken, you are breaking open. The energy shift you've experienced is nothing less than a radical recalibration of your entire energetic blueprint, dismantling old systems to make way for a more authentic, compassionate version of yourself. Embrace the journey with radical acceptance. The light you seek is not external. It has always been within you, waiting to be remembered. Your spiritual pain is a testament to your courage, a profound dialogue between your human experience and your infinite consciousness. You are simultaneously the wounded and the healer, the darkness and the light. As Viktor Frankl reminds us, meaning is found not in avoiding suffering, but in transforming it. This awakening process is your most sacred journey, a pilgrimage of the soul that connects you to the universal rhythm of growth, healing, and infinite potential.